Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and of course our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and of course our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Live at Jack Burford Chevrolet, talking all kinds of basketball. I know it is almost basketball season, Samantha. And by the way, happy National Princess Day to you.
Thank you. I
as
deserve
well.
that.
Guys,
Everyone
we got a lot of
has to
basketball.
have their day.
We got a lot of basketball to talk about, so don't go anywhere. We're coming back with the Madison Central basketball team here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Sports fans, the wait is over. For the next hour, sit back and enjoy the ride
You're
on the
so
Jack
funny.
Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
I haven't
Share
got
your
to
thoughts
see
and
you like this.
opinions on the live feed on WBON TV. And stay tuned for everything you need to know about your local sports teams, college and pro sports as well. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings and brought to you in part by the law office of Patrick O'Neill. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Jack Burford Chevrolet here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. Samantha, another year, and we are just around the corner from basketball season. We've got the Madison Central Indians basketball team in the house with us.
How excited are you about this? I mean, Coach, I know we're thrilled that it's here. We're sad that football's over, at least for Madison
For
Central.
our team, yeah.
Southern's still happening. But, I mean, you guys have been practicing for how long? The season officially
month and a half.
started when?
I think today was our 26th practice, so I can't remember when we actually started. I can tell you what practice number it is, though.
Yeah.
It feels like basketball weather. The weather's a little bit colder outside.
It's
and
true.
After 26 practices, though, you're ready to play against somebody else.
Somebody
We're tired
other
of-
than yourself?
We're tired of beating up on each other.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about this season. Obviously, you lose a lot from last year's team. And I mean, everybody in the region lost a lot of people. You know, you talked about before we came on there, Henry Clay brings a lot back. They're kind of the most experienced team probably in the region. But talk about what you lost. Obviously, you lose a kid like the point guard that went over to Berea and played Charlton. You lose Cozart to Western Kentucky. So two really main cogs, two of the best players
Very
in the region last year.
experienced players.
I mean, really, we didn't have much depth last year. We played 6 people,
Yeah.
and that was it. So we only got 2 people back. And these 2 guys sitting here next to you are the only 2 guys that really played any quality minutes, you know, on the varsity level. So it's truthfully probably one of the youngest, most inexperienced teams that I've ever had since I've been at Madison Central, and I guess this is my 27th year at Madison Central. So, but I'm excited about it because I think it's a type of team that can really show some drastic improvement as the year progresses. I mean, we might have to go through some growing pains early because we are so young and physically not the strongest team, definitely not the strongest team. We did our roster yesterday. I think the tallest player we have is 6'5".
That's Skaggs.
And that's Trey.
Yeah.
He's a freshman. He's a freshman, and I don't think we have a single kid that weighs over 200 pounds. So
Wow.
it runs in cycles. But I mean, we're excited because I think our team's going to be a little bit different this year. Our style is going to be a little bit different. We're doing a lot of different things offensively that we haven't done before because I think it's going to be one of the best perimeter shooting teams that I've ever had, and I really like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to miss that guy that changes 200 shots every year. That's going to be probably the biggest adjustment that we're going to have to make when you count on a guy causing the other team to miss 200 shots. So we're going to have to change our defense a little bit. We've been really working on changing our – not that we're going to play – we're still going to play man-to-man, but it's going to be a little bit different.
Well, let's talk about these 2 guys. Obviously, last year, you know, you saw signs of them really breaking out. Cole had – I remember one of the games where I thought he was going to tear the rim off against somebody. And Braden seemed like he really came along toward the end of the year with his shooting, became more consistent as a player there. So talk about what these 2 guys, what you expect from them as the season goes along.
I think they both did, but, I mean, they were kind of thrown in the lineup as sophomores. So, and we didn't have the luxury to make too many substitutions last year, so we had to live with some mistakes.
Yeah.
But as the season went on, I think they got a little bit more comfortable. They got a lot comfortable. I looked at their numbers. I didn't realize. I mean, Cole, I think, averaged over 10 points a game, and Braden was almost 9 points a game. So I didn't realize we almost had 2 guys coming back that averaged double figures. That was really more than I thought. But the thing we've been harping on them, I mean, you're the only 2 that's played any varsity basketball. We got to get you all to be leaders for us. You all got to be a little bit more vocal, and I think defensively that's what we have to really improve on is our communication skills. That communication kind of stops a lot of confusion times, but these 2 guys got to do that, and we're harping on it day in and day out. But they got to be our leaders. They got to be our
shaking
leaders.
their heads like, oh yeah, he's harping on it.
Well, Cole, let's start with you. So obviously you played as a sophomore, you and Braden both, in a lot of big games last year against some of the top teams in the state. How do you think that will help you going into this season?
Well,
just like he said, bringing back experience and getting our teammates to work with each other and execute. And I feel like that will just bring us all together and win games.
What is one thing that you learned from playing in games like that? Obviously, the Scott County game comes to mind, a packed house in your all's gym. What do you learn from games like that? What can you take away from playing in a big first-round region matchup like that?
Well, I kind of looked up to Cozart, and I kind of looked like he was kind of our leader. So this year I'm trying to, like, have my teammates look up towards me and show them the way and how to lead our team.
Same thing with you, Braden. What did you learn last year in playing in big games like that, knowing that, you know, everybody's watching you when you're playing a team like Trinity or Covington Catholic or a Scott County who wants to be in the state tournament every single year? What do you learn in games like that?
Well, you learn, like, me and Cole were young last year. It was our first time playing varsity. It really helps you, like, get more experience for the years coming, and, like, playing good teams. It just helps you everything, defense, offense, and it makes you better in the long run.
What are you most looking forward to about this season?
Hopefully we have a good season. That's probably what I'm looking forward to the best, winning some games.
You guys have a pretty tough schedule this year.
Yeah.
They have a tough schedule every
That's true.
year.
That's true. And
most coaches, when you lose a lot, they're going to – we're not going to soften our schedule.
Yeah.
We're going to play the same – we're going to play those same teams year in and year out. And I want our guys to know if we're not at the level where those teams are, I want them to know it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a level – and that schedule doesn't concern me any because I know it's going to make us better. And I'm excited. I mean, we're very inexperienced, but as a coach it's just a different type of team where we can put 4 people out on the floor that can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
And we're really working on moving without the basketball, backdoor cuts, basket cuts. And truly, it's really the type of team that I've wanted to coach for a long time. I just haven't had that type of personnel. And I think it'll probably take us some time, but I'm excited about it because we're getting to do some different things, and I'm getting to try some different things as a coach too.
Yeah.
After 27 years, you think you'd be
excited.
But
no, I haven't had this. I haven't had this type of team where I could do some of the things
maybe
that we're going to try
run
to
and
do.
gun, maybe.
Well, I mean, and last year, let's be honest, we were not very good shooters.
Yeah.
I mean, we played 6 people, and 2 of those 6. I didn't want them to take a perimeter shot because I mean they were not.
Sound like my coaches in high school.
They couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not good shooters. I mean, this year. And another thing, we had to play through some mistakes last year.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody made a mistake, I didn't really have anybody that this year, I think we can go 9 or 10 deep. I think we had a kid that played football, Tayshawn Chenault, that didn't play last year, and he came back this year. And I think he's going to help us some because he gives us some physicality where we're kind of lacking. And he had a really good practice today. I think Braden and Cole both admit that. I mean, he passes it well. So, if somebody screws up on defense this year, I can take somebody out where I couldn't do that last year.
You know, last year, too, turnovers were a big issue for you guys, especially in that. And listen, and I even asked Michael Marino on the show a couple of weeks ago about that Scott County game because I feel like there could have been 200 fouls called in that game.
I think there was 200 fouls.
No, there should have been in the first half.
I knew we were in trouble the first 3 minutes of that game because of the way they were letting them play, and that's just not the way we play. That is their style, and to have success against Scott County, you gotta call that. And our problem last year we had 2 guards that were 5'9".
Yeah.
And it's hard to see over top of those people. And this year, other than Luke Coleman, who will probably start at the point for us, all of our other guys are 6'2" to 6'4" that are going to be handling the ball. So we're going to have a little bit more size, hopefully, to see over top of that type of pressure.
Let's talk about some of the guys that will step in for Cozart's place. William Jacobs comes back after the ACL's injuries. Was so glad to see him out on the football field this year. Wish he had more opportunities there, but now he comes back to play basketball. Alex Rogers was a guy we talked about before we came on the air.
Yeah, both of those guys right now probably be sharing the 5 spot for us. And we have a couple other younger kids. Keith Clark, who's the most athletic kid probably that we have, jumps really well. He could play the 5 spot. We have a new kid, Taysom Parks, that came out this year. It's like 6'3", and that's what I told all 4 of them. I said somebody needs to step out and say, all right, I'm going to take that spot. But once again, we have some options, and that's left up to them. You got to grab that spot if you want that playing time. You got to grab that spot. But I mean, everybody's new other than these 2. I mean, Luke Coleman was our JV point guard last year, and a smart kid that shoots it really well. He's going to step in, and then we have our 2 freshmen that play this, Jalen Davis and Trey Skaggs, and Jalen 6'2" and Trey 6'5", and that's tall guards for us, and we need that to see over the pressure. And both of them, especially Jalen, still a little weak physically. I mean, some of our guys light up when Jalen's trying to guard them because they love to take him. And they just one little push, and he's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that strength factor. I think we weighed him. He weighs 138. He's 6'2", 138.
Man.
So I mean, it'll come.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's
Just
just
gotta grow
young.
into it,
I mean,
yeah.
he's this young. And we've got some other juniors. Carter Buckner, who played on the JV last year, can really shoot the basketball. He's gotten a lot stronger. Will Harden, who played on JV last year, he'll probably be back in Cole up at the 4 spot. So I just like that we have some options this time.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot of length too. I know you like to play that pressure defense, and that length can kind of help you with that as well, because it makes the defense or the offense a little bit harder to make those over the passes a little bit.
Our defense could be a little different this
Okay.
year.
Okay.
I'll just tell you,
That's
it's going to be a little bit different because.
Maybe more
I think
zone,
it's this,
maybe?
well,
Or-
we could possibly play a little bit more zone, but our man's going to be
Yeah.
different. Where in the past we've really tried to get out in passing lanes and deny and pressure. We just don't have the physicality right now to do that.
And the
So-
guy back there that if somebody gets beat you to block
and I
the
didn't mind
shots.
pressuring because we knew we had Isaiah back there. We don't now, so we're trying to really get in the gaps a little bit more and stop those driving lanes. And it's an adjustment, especially for people like Cole, because Cole, he's been our best defender as far as denying the basketball from a good player. So it's hard to get him when it gets to be a habit. I want to deny to where I want to get in the gap. So it's going to be an adjustment, and that's why I'm glad when we start playing games where we got it on film, we can show, all right, this is last year. That's not how we want to do it this year.
Well, let's talk to you guys again. Cole, obviously, coming in as your sophomore or is it junior year now?
Yeah,
I mean,
junior.
guys, you've learned, you've been a lot of big games. And is there a game that you look forward to this year that will be a good measuring stick for you guys?
Yeah, there is.
A lot of good ones, obviously, but
Well, looking toward the Southern, I played against them a lot this summer in like pickup games, all them Southern kids. So I really look forward to get to them this year because they keep their talking. So
okay, but they've got to love that cross county rivalry.
A little
though.
bit of rivalry.
Yeah.
Coach is really looking up to you guys to step up, be the leaders. Are you nervous about that? Or are you excited?
I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I like to be in the main row, do what I can do to help my team.
You guys play a lot of AAU ball this summer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal too. You see, you get a different sense of maybe some different athletes that you may not see during your regular high school season.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you played this summer that
gosh.
people are going to know about or hear about later on?
Some 7-footers my age I play against. Or just,
Well, you couldn't get one of them to come up and play with us?
well, we tried.
Be a little height, right?
Yeah.
Move them into
That's
Madison.
all. Keep your ears open there. Keep your ears open.
Well, what are you most looking forward to about getting the season started?
Well, mainly just playing in front of a crowd because I'm kind of, like he said, I don't like playing against our team. Like I just want to play somebody else and playing against a crowd, and that's basically it.
What about you, Brad? I mean, it's right around the corner. December 3rd, you guys take on Pulaski County at home. What are you most looking forward to about getting this season started?
I'm looking forward to all the home games this year because I like playing at home better. There's more people come out and watch us, stuff like that.
You know, Coach, to that point, I feel like, and I think it's a Madison County thing. I've always been not angry, but disappointed with some of the crowds we get at you guys got Trinity coming in or Covington Catholic coming in, and it seems like the crowd, parents are there, but you guys have had some unbelievable kids.
I mean, even
come
in
through
our
this system.
state championship team, it's not. It's just different in an area. You be in a more rural area where there's not as much to do, and they're going to have better crowds.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you say if it's a Richmond thing or what, but I understand. I definitely understand what you're saying. I mean, we could not bring in any better teams.
Exactly. That's
than what we bring in to play.
Yeah.
And it's not like we just bring them in to take a butt kicking by them.
Yeah.
We beat them a lot.
Exactly.
We beat them a lot of times. I mean, we beat Trinity at home pretty much every time they beat us up there. But I don't know what it is because we play a good brand of high school basketball, and we play against great competition.
Have you spoke to any referees this offseason? You going to take it easy on them this year? Or what's the plan there?
I can't believe you.
No, I'm pretty good friends. I'm pretty good friends with a lot of those.
Well, listen,
those referees, but I like to.
I've never seen anybody.
I keep them on their toes.
I've never seen anybody be able to work the referees like you do. I tried to do it in middle school 2 years ago. I got teed up 4 times.
I've been here a lot longer.
That's true.
There's nobody in the 11th region that's coached in the 11th region, not even close.
Yeah.
Of course, Billy, I've been in the 11th region a year longer than he had when he retired. So I don't know.
Any? I mean,
not since he's retired, but I don't even know who the second most tenured coach would be. I mean, I'm by far.
Well, I know the guy at LCA is not there anymore either. He's
he's
at North Laurel, right? I think so.
there's nobody within 10 years, I don't think of. I mean, I've had 27 in the 11th region. I don't think there's anybody within 10 years.
Moments that you think, why am I still doing this?
No, when I get to that point, I know it's time
You'll know it's
time. I look forward to going to that gym every day.
And they know that. I think
as long as I feel that way, I want to keep doing it. That's why I get asked daily. Well, how much long? Well, as long as I like it, I want to keep doing it. And I mean, that's what I've grown up knowing that I wanted to coach. Growing up in a coaching family, so I'll know when it's time. When I dread going to that gym, when I dread making out that practice schedule, I'll know it's time. Well, I'm not at that point because I'm really excited.
Even the 6 a.m.s.
Well, that's harder on me, but it's not because I'm not excited to get to the gym. I'm just getting old, and I gotta have my sleep.
You get a beauty sleep. National Princess Day, y'all know about that.
I know, we all need our beauty sleep.
Well, guys, good luck this year. Y'all open up against Pulaski County at home on December the 3rd. We'll be there. Should be a fun.
Hold on, I got one. Let me ask one quick question.
All
you
right.
guys are doing some classics this year, like normal.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one very special classic on the
Yeah,
schedule.
they probably don't even know because I've been thinking about
today.
that. I just got it changed on the KHSAA website today, so Braden probably doesn't.
He probably doesn't even know,
we're going to, instead of the Central Bank's still going to sponsor our classic, but it's going to be the Brent Ray Classic presented by Central Bank. So I hadn't even told them. I haven't even told them yet, but I got it on the KHSAA website
yes, I saw
today.
It today, and I was
really
excited.
Well, I mean, Brent was one. Of course, he played for me first team when I got here, and he's one of my best friends. And I know we miss him every day, and I can't even speak for the way Braden feels, but Braden knows the way we feel about him, and that's why we have 3 middle school games that day too, because I mean he was so instrumental in everything basketball-wise in Madison County. So I thought it would be a really good tribute for him.
I agree, and he's getting those players ready so that when they did come to you, they'd be ready for your system.
He was one of the most giving people of his time, of everything that that I've ever had the opportunity to meet. So our house, I mean, he pretty much, when we bought our new house, everything there is Brent did this. He helped us with this. He helped us with this. I mean, we think about Brent every day, especially when we walk in the doors. I mean, everything.
Well, I think it's very fitting that it's this year. You're going to be one of the leaders on the team, and I think it's a wonderful tribute
well, I know
to him.
Brent would be proud of Braden and the type of young man, and Landon is his little brother, and I'm glad I'm going to get to have them for several more years.
That's right.
Well, guys, good luck this year. Hope you guys have a good season. Y'all begin December 3rd against Pulaski County, and
come back. Come back to the show.
We'll have some more time this year, for sure.
Anytime.
All right, guys, that is the Madison Central boys basketball team. Alan Feldhouse, Cole Brown, and Braden Ray here on the show with us. We'll come back and talk some more basketball here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it. It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it. I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and of course our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. From when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
Thanks for on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha. Let's try that. There we go. You got to love some.
There you go.
So you guys have shown us a lot of
moving.
Well, we got a lot of people coming in. We got the Southern Eagles team coming on here in just a few minutes, so moving some stuff around. But first, before we get to them, so obviously last week we had the Cottle football team on. Coach Hensley talking about their state championship victory. Well, today Coach Hensley sent me a text with their championship rings, and
it's like we need a drum roll.
We do. We really do. We'll have Austin pull that up for us, and it is unbelievable how sharp these things are.
It is extremely special.
The colors of the school, the Cottle back-to-back on the side, the player name, the helmet, the number, their position. Just a very cool thing that they're doing here with the Cottle championship rings. And you know what? David Hensley's trying to turn this tried to take that program and make it into like a high school level thing. And these are pretty legit.
He did that. And let's hope he continues the success.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, that's impressive. Wouldn't you have liked to have had a ring like that?
Well, I tried talking him into giving me one, but I maybe put like Watkins with the helmet, my number on there. I don't know what position I could have had.
You didn't go to Madison County Schools. You can't.
I did not. I did not go there. So.
No, but that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then the Madison Central dance team, they won a big 2 regional dance.
Over at Bryan Station, right?
Over at Bryan Station, they won large palm and then they won small jazz, and that was on Sunday. So congratulations to them.
Yeah. And then Coach Feldhouse, his wife, was talking. They're doing amazing stuff again with the cheerleading team.
They just won region 2 weeks ago, and then going to state here in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so
we'll
we're
have them on the show in a couple of
them.
weeks.
I know.
It's crazy that basketball season is literally here. We got the Eagles in the house, so we'll get to them here in just a few minutes. But we'll have, we've got them on with us tonight. Coach Clark will be on later on in the show. Next week, we're going to have Estill County come on, and maybe the girls' teams from Southern as well. So a lot going on right now as we try to preview the upcoming seasons for all these schools. The Berea Pirates boys team will be coming on as well, possibly the girls' team if we can get them back over as well before the season starts. December the 3rd is when it really gets going for all these local teams basketball-wise.
It's so exciting because right now we have a little bit of both. Still football talk, at least with Southern, and then the UK and Eastern still playing. So it's kind of a nice little mix that we're getting all of it.
Well, if you're a sports fan, it's a perfect time to be a sports fan, especially locally, because you've got all these teams still playing.
Right.
Basketball's firing up. EKU's football going to be coming. Their season's going to be coming to an end this week, hopefully on a high note as they go to Jacksonville State. So it's a fun time to be a fan. Madison Southern's football team will now be playing Friday night at Covington Catholic, and Austin Newton and the boys team was supposed to be having Eagle Mania on Friday night. They have changed that to Thursday. So what we're going to do, we'll take a short commercial break. We'll come back, and we'll have the team come on to talk about that and their upcoming season as well. Right here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Folks, do not go anywhere when we come back. The Madison Southern boys basketball team here live at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it. It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it. I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and of course our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. From when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. Samantha, today we are here, which means no burger for me, which is good for the dad bugs. I'm trying to get back in shape. I went and played. We're going to play some ball probably later on tonight. I got an alumni basketball game coming up this Friday, so.
They're giggling at you.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I've tried, look here, I tried to get Coach
40 and over again.
Not yet. That's where I need to be. I might have a better chance in that game. But I tried to get Coach to let me come over and scrimmage against him, but then I saw what they did to him when he played against him. I don't know if I want to go over there and play or not.
Tell us about that, because that was a really cool idea.
Who got you, Coach?
So it's the smallest guy on the team, Kobe Sebastian.
Okay.
And he did nothing wrong.
Okay.
He made the right play. I was in the gap. I was where I was supposed to be on defense, and
So
he came through.
Injured.
No trash talk or anything?
No.
Okay.
I was bleeding like that. I mean, I've never bled so much in my life, and they're all just standing there looking at me. I'm like, somebody do something. Like, get a towel. Like, they're in shock.
They're in shock, yeah. I don't blame them. Well, let's talk about the upcoming season. Obviously, it's right around the corner. You guys have a lot of seniors coming back this year. But some bad news that you've heard today. Kind of give us an update on what Trent Marbley is looking like.
Yeah, so we had an inter-squad scrimmage Saturday morning, and Trent Marbley, who is our leading return scorer, he suffered a knee injury. And so he's on crutches, and he went to the doctor this morning, has an MRI scheduled for later this week. It is really swollen. It looks like a bad injury. I'm not a doctor. We are praying for Trent. He is last year he lost a lot of weight. Yeah. He got himself in great shape. And over the last 3 or 4 weeks, he has really evolved as a leader, like just really taking control of the team. And he's been trying really hard to have a great senior year. So it's tough, but we're still hopeful. We don't know anything yet until he gets the MRI done. So we'll know more later this week. But if everybody could just keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, Trent's a good kid. Talked to him several times last year and this offseason. So hopefully things work out for him, and it's something that he can return from and become back stronger and better than ever.
What a way to start the season.
Yeah. I know.
We've got high hopes this year. And again, you're still returning all these seniors. Let's talk about some of the guys that you got coming back. Obviously, Chad going to Asbury. You got Britton going to East Tennessee State. Am I saying that right? Yes, so that's for baseball. But you got a lot of seniors coming back, and then a kid that, I just love watching play football and basketball too, Walter Smith. You'll have him coming back out as well. So talk about some of these guys that you're going to have returning this year.
Yeah, like you said, we got 10 seniors on the roster, so we got a lot of veteran leadership. They have really learned a lot. So the last year at this time, everybody's head was spinning. My head was spinning. Yeah. New system, new philosophy. This year we feel really comfortable. We had a scrimmage on Saturday, and offensively we were unbelievable. I think one team hit 14 threes in the first half. Now, that may be bad defense. After looking at the film, it was pretty bad transition defense, but you still got to make the shot. So offensively, we have a very skilled team. And at this time last year, I didn't feel like I had 5 or 6 guys that I wanted to put on the court or that I trusted just because everything was so new. And this year, I literally feel like I got 12 guys that I can throw out there and that I trust. So it's a good problem to have because you have so many guys, but at the same time, you can only put 5 on the court. Yeah. So every day is very competitive. These 4 guys right here have had a great preseason. All of our seniors are really taking a leadership role, and they want to have a great senior season because they've been together since they were very young. They've played Little League, middle school. Like, they've dreamed of their senior season and what they can do.
Let's talk about Thursday night. So you're supposed to have Eagle Mania on Friday, but we're going to be celebrating the win from this past week on the Eagles football team on their way over here as well as we speak. But so now you moved Eagle Mania to Thursday. So tell folks about that and what will be going on that day.
Yeah, first of all, congrats to our football team. I went to the game on Friday night against East Jessamine. It was just a high-level football.
It was.
And we're very proud of what they've done, and they've just come a long way throughout this season. So first of all, we're really proud of them, and we just thought it was the right thing to do to move it from Friday to Thursday so people could go to the game. But it's our annual kickoff, so our boys and girls teams will both be there. We'll both do a scrimmage. There'll be a live DJ. EKU's coming down. They're going to pass out some shirts and we'll do some giveaways. We'll have 3-point contests. There will be contests for students that show up. It is free for Madison Southern students. For general admission for the public, it's $3, and then other students are $2.
Okay, there you go. So it should be a fun night. And Samantha, we always like seeing stuff like this. It's a good way to kind of show off the team, get the crowd involved, and get fans excited for the year.
That's exactly right. Now, Coach, you're starting out the year strong. You got like your first 4 games at home, right?
First 4 at home.
Going straight in. Second game to what, Trinity?
Played Trinity second game of the season.
Good test of the season early on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Cordia is not going to be in it. We
true.
played Cordia last year, and I tell everybody they were 2-15 at the time. It's the best 2-15 team I've ever seen.
Cordia a couple of years ago, they played up where I played at in the 14th region. A couple of years ago, they had Roderick Rhodes, who was who played at Kentucky back in the day, back in the 90s, and he had a lot of guys that were transferring in and coming out. They had a kid. Emmanuel Owuta was his name, and I think he went to like Georgia Tech or somewhere, and he was a big-time recruit that came in. And then last year he had a kid that was like 6'11", 6'10". They had a couple of big guys. John Bentley and Esther County played them in the regional tournament a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So they've had some consistent, really good teams in the 14th region the last few years.
They got a new coach who really knows what he's doing, and they've got a guard, Pringle, that I remember from last year, that they're going to be good. So I don't want to. We're going to take it a game at a time, and that first game is going to be really tough. And I don't want to look ahead to Trinity, but we want to make that Trinity game a big deal and have a really great crowd for that game. And then we've got Estill County that following week, and then Woodford County. So 4 pretty high-level games to start the season at home.
We will for sure be there for the Trinity game. That'll be a game you can watch live on WBON. Speaking of Bentley, you guys played ball in high school together. Is that something you guys are going to try to do, try to keep that game back and forth against each other? Last year you all were over there. Is this something you're going to try to keep that contract going back and forth?
I definitely think so. Yeah. So Bentley and I are very close. I mean, we talk all the time. When we talk, we never talk basketball really. It's always about family and life. And he just got married and just moved over here, and I got to see his new house. And I
got to talk to him about that. I'm not even going to see the new house yet.
Yeah.
Kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been at the house the last 2 years watching the Patriots play in the Super Bowl. But okay,
no, but
I'm to pick with him now.
I hope to keep playing him. Again, we're great friends, and once you get on the court, it's anything goes, and we're both trying to win the game. But off the court, we're still best of friends.
Well, let's talk to these guys. We'll start with, I guess Jonah's got the mic. We'll start with you. Now, last year you were injured at one point in the season. Am I right on that?
No, sir. No.
Farnstrom was the guy that was hurt. He's for football though. Farnstrom, was he hurt during basketball season last year? I think there was a guy you had last year that was hurt for a little bit that came back. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Okay, we got so many basketball teams.
They're both named John. Farnstrom just plays football.
Okay, that's what it is then. So let's talk to you about the basketball team. Obviously, a lot of seniors this year. You guys got coming back. What are you most looking forward to about this season?
Just one last ride with my brothers. We're a family, and we look forward to leaving it all out there and trying to have the best year in school history.
I like
Coach is really looking up to you guys to step up, be the leaders this year. How do you guys feel like you're doing so far?
I feel like we're doing a good job. We've definitely improved at being leaders, and like he mentioned, Trent's done a really good job at making this his team, and we're going to try to follow his example.
When you lose a guy like that, obviously don't know the extreme of the injury yet, but how will you guys try to make up for what you like with him being out for however long he's out?
Well, we've talked about as a team, you never know when it's going to be over. You're running at playing high school basketball, so we want to, for however long he's out, we want to play for him and make sure he'd be proud.
And Samantha, I know whenever you have an injury like this, it's always kind of it kind of puts a little down on the season or on the team a little bit. How are you guys trying to stay positive right now?
Well, we just know that we've got so much to look forward to. We can have a great year. We have a great group of guys, great basketball players, and we just know that for however long he's out, we got guys that can step up and fill his shoes and just win a lot of games.
Let's go over to Britton. We'll talk to him as well. So, first of all, congratulations. I saw your National Signing Day. Was it last week you signed the letter of intent to play last Wednesday? So, you got that going on. How is it going trying to transition from getting all that taken care of to now focusing on basketball?
Well, that actually hasn't been – that was kind of a one-day thing.
Yeah, it was a done deal. It was the last year you had committed. So I
had been focused on basketball since October 15th, probably a little bit before that. Because he stays on me about it. He knows once I'm off the baseball field, I have to. It's basketball all the way.
Well, this is your second year now under Coach Newton. What have you learned from him under these 2 years?
Well, learning that he was a Division I point guard and a Division I athlete. That being that kind of person, I have to be a leader for all these other guys to follow. So I've started to talk more and be more involved with the guys and keep them. I have to keep the guys focused. Because if I lose my focus, then they think that that's okay because I'm the leader. I'm supposed to be the leader.
Okay.
So he talks to me all the time about how a Division I athlete's supposed to be the leader for everybody. So I've talked way more than I have last year, and all these guys kind of pick up, and it's kind of contagious. Once I
That's
do
a
it,
big deal, talking especially on the court.
Communication.
Yeah, and it's especially important on defense. So see how that's a big deal with a point guard especially.
Well, you guys always, especially Coach, they always say one game at a time. We don't want to look towards Trinity. Is there a game that you're most looking forward to this season?
Trinity.
Yeah.
Trinity's if we want to beat them, and to have them at home for the first time in ever, I think, is a big deal to us. But we're not going to overlook Cordia because they beat us last year, and it's kind of revenge. So we have Cordia, and then we have 3 days to prepare for Trinity, I think that's the biggest game, and I think all these guys feel the same way.
That would be a good, before we get to Hunter, Coach, that would be a good test for you guys. And you as a high school team, especially with all these seniors, a win, if you could pull that off, would be a good way to kind of put your team and your program on the map.
Absolutely. And they lost 7 of their 8 top players.
Yeah, and one of them went to Louisville, right? David Johnson
right.
went to Louisville.
And now, with that being said, they'll still be a top 5 team in the state because they reload. But I think, catching them early in the year, and we have an experienced team, and I definitely think it'll be a competitive game. I hope that it'll be competitive, and especially having it at home with these seniors. And it's not often you get the defending state champ to come to your place to play, so we're excited about it.
So, Hunter, let's start with you. First of all, a lot of you guys play 2 sports, especially you and Britton. How does that translate to maybe helping you maybe stay in shape, or is it a different kind of shape as far as being in basketball shape?
Yeah, well, baseball and basketball, me and Britton always been playing together, and just right when we step off the diamond, we're right in basketball season, and we're already in shape, so we just jump right in with them.
How do you guys feel, especially with this being his 2nd season? You feel like you're ahead of the game as far as from last year's season?
Yeah, because last year we didn't know what we were doing or anything. Yeah. We were all just seeing what we could do. Yeah, but this year we're on track and we're ready.
One thing that I've noticed with Coach Newton is you all do a lot of stuff off the court.
Yeah.
Do you think that will help you on the court? I mean.
Yeah, with our Man Up Mondays, every Monday we learn something new, and it brings us all together, and we do it good.
Let's ask Coach about that, because I'm impressed by that. I see your photos on social media and the things that you guys do. Let's hear your thoughts on how. Are you having trouble coming up with new ideas?
We actually skipped today. It's a bad day to come on the show, but we skipped. We watched film of our scrimmage today, so I did teach them how to say. I used to be a video coordinator in college. And so Trent Moberly's usually the guy that comes in. He'll set the film up in the locker room, and of course he's hurt. So I came in for film today, and we didn't have anything set up. So I was like, all right, boys, here's a lesson in how to set up the video.
There you go.
Turn the projector on. So we actually got something, but I think it's something they look forward to. We have fun with it. It is hard coming up with new ideas, but it's something that I think we're going to continue throughout the school year. And I've said it before, it not only helps them, it's more for me. I've said it, I don't know how to do anything. I know basketball, but when it comes to cooking and
tying
a tie,
change a tire.
What else have you done?
You know how to make a pizza.
Make a pizza?
Y'all could have brought us one, man. We ain't beat ups today. I'm hungry.
We know how to change oil.
Listen, I can't do that. I can't even change my own oil. So.
Wayne taught us how to cut T-shirts off.
Yeah,
that is a big.
We were out of school on a Monday, so we had Wayne Wednesday, and Wayne helped us the proper way to cut your sleeves off, which was a big hit.
I think that's important.
Well, Chad, let's talk to you. So obviously, signing with Asbury, it's a big deal for you. What are you looking forward to for your senior season?
I'm just looking to have one of the greatest basketball seasons that the school has ever had, me and my team, of course. I mean, I couldn't do anything without these dudes, and they couldn't do anything without the rest of us. I'm just hoping to have one of the greatest years that this team has ever seen in this program.
That makes me excited to hear him say that. Yeah. You know it's got to make you excited.
It does. And
they're excited.
Yeah, that's our goal. I mean, we don't want to sugarcoat it. We've got – I feel like we've got good enough players, and we've been together long enough now. Like last year, we could make excuses like it's our first year together. This year, we're all on the same page, and obviously we'll see what happens with Trent. But we're a deep team, so it's. And I couldn't say that last year, but this year I feel like we're deep, and We have offensive weapons. Now we have to be able to defend and we have to rebound. Those are our two things right now that we got to get stops and we have to come up. Our rebounding has not been good in the preseason. It wasn't good last year. We just have to learn the physicality that it takes to go get rebounds.
Well, Chad, you guys played together for a long time, all of you guys. What kind of advantage do you think that will give you heading into your senior season?
Definitely chemistry, because I remember playing basketball when I was in kindergarten with Hunter out on the playground at Silver Creek. And then right down the street, Shannon Johnson and Jonah at Berea. So we've all just kind of had just chemistry, always playing together and against each other, and always hanging out and stuff.
What are you most looking forward to about this season?
Definitely that second game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just going to be the biggest game. It's going to be one that everybody's going to want to see, and we're just going to try to make the best of it.
Well, Coach, before we get you all out of here and get the football team on, where can folks go to maybe keep up to date with your team, Twitter, Facebook? Is there somewhere they can go to kind of get more information about you guys?
We do have a Twitter page. I can't remember the Mad South _B-ball.
Okay.
So we post most of our updates there on Twitter. And then my Facebook page, I share a lot of stuff on my Facebook page.
Your little boy, man, he's a stud. He's a stud. What?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
I like it when he makes his muscle.
He'll be 5 in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
He makes that muscle. You know what is exciting, and I want to add this in at the very end. Usually when we ask those questions, which game are you most excited about, you know what they usually say? Central.
Yeah.
And they're not saying that this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not anymore about the cross-county rivalry, which is okay.
No, I mean,
they're going after some champions.
Yeah. Well, and you all don't play them this year in the regular season.
Right.
And I like that because I think it'll make that game, it'll make it more important whenever y'all do play each other.
Yes.
I agree, and we just made a point that we want this season to be about us. We're trying to do something special. We're not worried about any other teams. I know they're excited about the Trinity game, but they know this season is about these seniors and our team, that even the younger guy, we got a lot of younger guys, we hadn't talked about them, that have stepped up, but we want this whole deal to be about us, and we're trying to make it the greatest year in school history.
There is a question. Ann Wooten Green said, will they be able to watch this on replay? So, Ann, if you missed any part of this, you can go back when the show ends. You can fast forward to the part to where we have got the interview with the boys basketball team, and you can watch it then on the replay. So, guys, we'll let you all go. Good luck this year. Right around the corner, what, two and a half weeks away? Basketball season is basically
We had our
here,
first real scrimmage a week from today.
Okay.
So
is that at home or on the road?
It's at Pulaski County.
At Pulaski County, okay.
And
Well,
you know what they could do for their next Man Up Monday?
Yeah, give us something. We need something.
You guys could come in and do the show, but you could take our spot.
Give us a week off.
And
you don't
give
get
us
paid
a
much,
week
though.
off.
Yeah.
You could come in and interview other people.
Well, hey, John Billy will be on the show next week. You maybe
There we
get a
go.
little insight
There
from
we go.
There you go.
And you get some Buffalo Wild Wings.
I don't know if we're as good at looking, but
Hang on,
There you go, guys.
Well, and it's National Princess Day, so I don't know if y'all are celebrating that or not, but
Next
Samantha
Monday?
is. No, today is.
Oh, today.
Today
Okay.
is, yeah. So Samantha's
got two
already.
girls at home, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they know all about it.
They celebrate every day.
Well, guys, good luck this year. Good luck on your senior season, and hopefully Trent will be able to be back out there at some point this year.
Yes.
Keep us up to date on him for sure.
Absolutely.
And again, good luck this year, and good luck in that opening game December 3rd at home against Cordia. So,
yes, sir.
Take another short commercial break. We'll bring on the football team from Madison Southern and talk about their big win this past Friday, and preview the Covcath game for this Friday. Coming right back here at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it. I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and of course our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
And welcome back on to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you. We may go a little OT today, Samantha, so I'm going to turn the return off so we don't hear some stuff coming through our headsets. I know how you are. I mess with you a little bit.
I'm happy to go into some overtime because we're still talking football.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, how excited are you guys to have just won that last game and now going to go into playoffs?
I mean, it's exciting.
The regional championship game coming. Is that what this week is?
That's what this week will be, yes,
so,
sir.
I mean, that's just
going
and I think to do it against a team that you lost to in the regular season and the way you all won, does it make it feel a little bit more, mean a little bit more to you?
I absolutely think it's that way. I mean, when you get a chance to beat a team that you lost to earlier in the year, it shows your progress of your team, your maturity of your team, and they were playing well. I mean, they're a good team. So to see our kids just grow throughout the year was pretty cool, and I just think it's neat when kids set a goal and they have some stumbling blocks along the way, but then they're still able to achieve it, which is pretty neat because a lot of people thought we were out of it at that point.
Well, this game really went back and forth. So your thoughts on, I mean, obviously we're excited about the win, but how do you feel overall? Are they ready for this coming Friday?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting better every week. I mean, all you can hope for with a team right now in high school football is, are you playing well? And in the playoffs, you've got to be peaking at the right time.
Right.
But you've also got to be peaking at a point where you're playing well and getting better every week. We've gotten better every week for the last 5 to 6 weeks now. So Friday night I thought was our best game. And I think we still have our best game in us, which is what we need. So I feel great about where we are in as a team and how we're progressing right now. Absolutely.
Well, one thing that we do every week on the sports show, we do a Facebook poll. And the sponsor of our Facebook poll is the law office of Patrick O'Neill. And today our question was, so obviously the 27 state championship team, you all played against Covington Catholic. Our question was, which team were the fans more impressed with, the 2017 team or this year's team? And a little bit of surprising results. I think 57% say that the 2017 team and 43% say the 2019 team. How do you feel about those numbers?
I think it's good that we don't let the fans coach.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think it's good that we have that fence. No, this is a good football team.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just being real. Is I've not seen a team since that 2017 team that looked like that 2017 team. That team was different. That's one of the best high school football teams I've ever witnessed. So, but does this team deserve to be number one? Yes. They're undefeated for a reason. They're very good.
Well, I think when you look at the way your team has played this year, your 2019 team here, I feel like that you guys have exceeded expectations, I think, as far as maybe what the fans thought you could do. But you've got guys just making plays. I mean, Farnstrom coming back, what a game he had this past week. 4 catches, 90 yards, had a touchdown. Walter Smith, when you've got 2 guys out there that can make plays at that wide receiver position, it just makes your offense, who've got a quarterback in Storm who was efficient, 8 of 10, 125 yards, had the 1 touchdown pass to Farnstrom. When you got your offense clicking like that, and then we'll ask him, the defensive coordinator, about what he did different, because you give up 49 to East Jessamine in the regular season, and then you hold them to 41 in this week's game. I mean, it just seemed like you all put it all together this past week.
We did, and Coach Skinner, he'll be able to tell you that the plan was to have Farnstrom and Walt out there all year.
Yeah.
And it just, he got injured in the first scrimmage. We didn't anticipate that, and that was a big blow to our football team. So when we were being able to get him back, and what a testament to that young man. I mean, he broke his other collarbone the year before.
Man.
Most kids would have hung it up.
Yeah.
And look at what he just did
these last 2 weeks, I mean, he's been huge for us. So we're proud of him, and he's starting to get in football shape. He ain't even in football shape right now.
Yeah.
So he's
it's
just
a bad
now
time to do it with the cold air.
I mean, he's just now
rougher.
starting to get to where he's like really getting a ton of reps. So he's nowhere near his ceiling. You guys haven't seen the best of him yet either. He's a great player.
Is he a senior?
No, he's junior.
So he'll be back
he's
next year,
he's going to be a big-time player for us.
Well, Coach Blair, we'll talk to you about the defense. So, obviously, you give up 49 in that regular season game. You come out this past week and you hold that offense to 21 points. What were you most impressed with by your defense?
Their preparation has gotten so much better since the beginning of the year. You know, everybody that stands up, that's not a lineman, everybody that stands up plays a skill is an underclassman. You know, we've got a lot of sophomores making plays, and then sprinkling some juniors like that weren't able to play earlier in the year, like Shane Sandlin.
Yeah,
Shane
17 tackles, I think. What?
Yeah, I mean,
15 tackles. 15 tackles.
And he did a great job of preparing. When he first got back out, he was a little confused sometimes where he's supposed to be, but it just started clicking. The kids were more confident, and they attacked East Jessamine. First time we sat on our heels, and we were waiting to see what they do. Well, they prepared so much. As soon as the ball snapped, by the third step, our kids knew where the ball was going. That's how that 65-yard touchdown East Jessamine got. It wasn't because it was a bad play on our part. We overran it, and we attacked it so hard that the kid made a great blind turn like Michael Vick and ran down the other end. Now, he did it second half and got killed by Jay Sean and Holbrook. He didn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But the confidence the kids had based off their preparation, and I think that's what's making us really click, and it's also making us able to have a successful week this week.
Well, I talked to Coach Clark on Saturday before the EKU game, and he said that on that 4th and 1 play when you got the fumble to basically seal the win for you, that you had prepared for that because you knew on short yardage that they would run the quarterback sneak. So what were you telling your guys before that play?
That we got to stop the guard's feet, and then Brock, you come in when he goes to go over top, you knock his lights out.
There you go. Hey, and it worked.
True honesty. Right
it worked.
there.
And here's the thing: the smallest guy on the field was the one that set it up. Was Levi Benton.
Yeah.
That's we have we call it Grizzly package because he thinks he's a grizzly sometimes, even though he's about 150 pounds.
Well, he had a big game too. What
he
had?
he had
11 tackles for him. Boots had 10 tackles and a sack. I mean, your defense played amazing this past week. Now, obviously, this is going to be a different animal against Covington Catholic. What are you going to try to do to them to slow that high potent offense down?
Well, Coach Smoot, the secondary, is really working with their matching routes because they do really well, and Coach Belt and Coach Mills are doing a great job with making them run the ball where we want to. And that's where we had success with East Jessamine. We made them run it where we wanted them to run it towards Shane Sandlin. And so getting those guys, those coaches to get their players ready for that is where we're focused on. And Coach Chapman, he's doing a great job with the linebackers, Levi and Bunch and Sandlin, to get those guys on their reads and to make them play play faster because of the read. So I think that's where our goal is to get those coaches to get our kids focused on their reads and attack them again. Nobody's attacked them. Nobody's came up and hit
them in the mouth. Yeah.
We're going to do that.
I like that.
I like the confidence.
Yeah, and then you got to have that against a team like that. If you go in with no confidence, then it's going to make it a lot harder to come out there with a win. Let's go to Coach Skinner. So your offense, your offense played a very efficient game this past Friday. Yeah. And when you got a quarterback in Storm, who again we had him on last week, you're talking about how he learned the position this year. Yeah. What have you seen from him as his progression, being here in a senior and now playing here in the playoffs?
Well, he's become more coachable than he's ever been. Last year, he put him in a position that was unnatural for him. You got to play quarterback, you got to be a leader, but you never played it before. No. And that's what he had to do last year. This year, he said, I want the position. He said, I want the job. I want to be a leader. I want the ball in my hands every single play. And, you look at statistically, he's thrown for 1,500, almost 1,600 yards this year. He's rushed for another 700 yards, almost doubled all of his numbers from last year. And the biggest thing I've noticed about Tobias is when the ball is in his hands, we have an opportunity to do so much in the passing game, in the running game. We do a lot of RPOs with our offense. Mm-hmm. He commands the offense. No worries getting the players in the right position. No worries getting the snap off before the delay game. He just controls the offense for us. his statistics are at par of Landon Stacy's from a couple years ago. He's played less games, and he's missed a game this year.
Yeah.
So statistically, he's that guy that when the game's on the line, we can get the ball in his hands. So I'm very proud of him this year.
So offensively, tell us, what do you feel like is going to be your biggest challenge going up against Covington Catholic?
Well, Covington, I mean, they're a great defense, you know, and are they as good as the 2017 defense? I don't know yet. They got the big boy in the middle, obviously. You know, we found some tendencies. We found some things in their defense that we feel like we can exploit and attack, just like we do every game. Talking with Coach Colbert and Coach Clark and Coach Chapman, our offensive staff, we've come up with a really good game plan. The boys are bought in. We had a meeting about last night. We went out tonight and we went through, all the things that we're going to adjust to their defense, and the kids were clicking very, very efficiently. So I think what we need to do a better job of this week is a little bit more of ball control and try and run some clock off the
keep that offense off the field.
Yeah, just try and keep the ball in our hands a little bit more, be a little bit more aware of the clock and whatnot. But when you play good defenses, you can't go 3 and out, and you've got to convert third downs. That's what gives you an advantage as the game goes on, and you try to wear them down as the game goes on. They do have some guys playing both ways, a lot like we do. It's just going to come down to who makes the less mistakes, honestly, and I think we had a good game plan. I think we can do some good things.
When you look at the weapons that you have, does it kind of give you, can you sleep at night knowing you got to get some of these guys to football more? I mean, you got several good running backs. You got a quarterback that can throw or run, and then you got wide receivers that can make plays for you. Does it give you a hard time sleeping at night thinking I got to get this guy more involved?
If you'd asked me that in August, I said I wasn't sleeping at all. We're all sophomores. Outside of Tobias, we are all sophomores and freshmen.
Yep, Etheridge and Jones and Smith.
Getting Jonah back, Jonah Farnsham, he's our junior. But, with Walt and Jay Sean out there, Brock Palmer, sorry. And then you got AJ in the backfield. Farnsham's our oldest receiver we have out there on the field. Their maturity has come so far along this season. We are more explosive at receiver than we've ever been. In any year I've ever been here,
I can see that.
We have more weapons at receiver, who can take a 5-yard hitch, a 5-yard out, and they can go 70. And at any moment, any of those young kids can score. We've never had that. We've had some good receivers in the past, but it helps the game plan. Now, we don't always have to go deep because we can score from anywhere on the field. And I'm very proud of the way the sophomores have stepped up this year. I don't know what the percent is, but I'd say they're probably 60 to 70% of our scoring this year is coming from our sophomores. And getting Jonah back last week, East Jessamine didn't see him coming.
Yeah.
All their focus was on Walt. And boom, there he went on the backside post. So it's good to have a little bit more veteran leadership coming back to the receiver position, but we're going to be dangerous. We're already dangerous at that position, but the next 2 years really is going to be fun to watch them guys.
Well, I've asked Coach during halftime. I get excited when you guys run some of those sneaky, those really
the
fun,
trick plays,
the trick plays,
the okey-doke plays.
Yes, as Michael calls it, the
okey-doke. I love saying that.
And I love it, and I know being the coordinator, you have to love those too. Or do they make you nervous? Do they make you nervous?
I get some evil looks from Coach Blair sometimes when we just kind of heave one up. But a trick play is actually what saved us this past Friday night. We did a little, it's just a little halfback pass type deal, and we got a pass interference on it. It was 3rd down and 20-something, and we needed a play, and that flag really helped us. But there's been some plays this year, some games, especially against earlier in the year, where our trick plays have blown the game wide open. So
Central game, for example.
That really turned the game at that point. So. We carry in every game. It's no secret. We carry trick plays in every game, and we get with Coach Colbert, and and we sit there and we try to scheme up some tricky things and just see how they work. If they work, great. If not, at least we tried, right?
Well, as a fan, we love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and it's fun to watch because you don't know what to expect with them. I mean, when you have the athletes that they have, and a Jones and Etheridge and Smith, and you got guys like that you have faith in and can execute it. It makes it a lot easier to call a play like that.
Yeah, that you're not going to fumble the ball.
Well, let's talk to Coach Colbert. And obviously, when you got a guy like Bailey Willis, Coach, did he break the record last week?
He's going to talk to you about it.
Okay, let's talk about the record that he's close to breaking.
Baylor's currently at 116, which is Garrison Watts was at 116 back in, what was the year, 2000?
I think
15?
15 was his last year, I think.
Was when he broke it, so he's sitting at 116. So him and Garrison are both 116. So hopefully this coming week when we go to Covington Catholic, we would put up plenty of scores, plenty of touchdowns with Coach Skinner's offense, and we can bust it by 4 or 5, who knows what. So we'll see.
Well, the field goal in the game was the difference, really.
Absolutely. Early on, the process of the snap, the hold wasn't great, but Tobias is our holder, and he ended up getting the hold down at the very last second, and Baylor got it off the ground and went through. We were real nervous at that moment, but towards the end of the game, you're right. I mean, it ended up proving to be the difference. So really proud of Baylor. He's come a long way as the season's progressed, and he's gotten better. To me, he's one of the best kickers in the state. Every week when I look at film, I'm evaluating kickers week in and week out and have for years, and he has developed over the past 3 years to be one of the better kickers, definitely in Central Kentucky, our district for sure, and in the state. I mean, as far as stats are concerned, he's 38 for 42 from extra points. He's hit 2 field goals on the year. He's 2 for 4. We don't attempt him a whole lot because we're trying to score touchdowns. But he's been very successful, and he's gotten better. He practices very hard, and I'm very proud of the young man. So.
All right, well, we've heard from the offense and the defense. Tell us what you think is going to be the biggest challenge that you're excited for this weekend.
I mean, they are a good team. I mean, they're undefeated. They have a lot of good players, and if we can just play sound football and everybody just does their job. We just come from a practice tonight that we're just emphasizing jobs on the field right now, and just being detailed in everything that you do, and preparing the right way, and knowing what your responsibilities are. And our kids are dialed in, and they especially were last week. I mean, we got to the point last Thursday we were like, man, we're just ready to play. Our kids are ready, and you sort of get that sense last night and into today that, the kids are ready to go, and they're eager, and they understand what the situation is, third round of the playoffs, and they're preparing that way. I talk to Coach Clark about it all the time. They feel like the 2017 as far as preparation and what they look like on the practice field. So
and you're a lot younger this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a big deal when you got that kind of preparation and you see that with this young of a team.
I mean, they're not that team, but you at times you see the preparation and you get a sense that they're ready to compete and they're ready to go. So,
well, Coach, before we get you guys out of here, so we talked to Covcat today. We were not going to be able to stream the game live. They kind of put an X-nay on that. They want people to come to the game. Understandable on that. So we will not be able to stream the game on live where you can watch it. Now, Don and Rick will be there to call the game on the radio so they can listen. But tell the folks how important it is to get out there and support you all this
we've got to go. I mean, last time we played this team, we broke a 5A state record.
Yep.
I'd love to see us travel that way. And I would tell the fans the same thing, and I've told a couple people that asked me today the same thing I told our players on Sunday before they got a chance to really dive into Covington Catholic is a lot of people ask me, they say, well, is this going to be a repeat of 17? And if so, if it's cold, I'm just going to hang out at the house. And, I've told them, like, neither one of these teams is the same team.
Yeah.
This is like you're comparing apples to oranges. They do things different. We do things different. Different kids, different scenarios, different people on coaching staffs. You got to go to the game. This is a game that you want to be at. Yeah. This is a good football game. These are two teams that are playing well right now, and we are playing better every week. So I encourage people to trek up there and watch us. We'll be better than we were this Friday night. Just the way our kids are approaching things right now, we're a lot of fun to watch on Friday night, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, they play the game for a reason. And I feel really good about the team we're taking up there Friday. I know that.
Well, good luck this week, guys. I know it's a big test, but you guys seem ready for it. Your team seems ready for it. And let's keep this train rolling again. If you cannot make it, you can listen to the game on 106.7 The Pinnacle. And how about this? Go to the game.
Come to the game.
Take your phone with you. You can still listen to the game while you're at the game. That's one thing I like to do. Now, I'm going up to watch Eastern play, which you went and watched Trey play this week. You can still listen to the game while you're there. It was a little bit of a different feel. Maybe keep your ears a little bit warmer, too, if you do that. So.
Yeah, if you get one of these fancy headsets or something.
Yeah, keep you warm. What's your word? What's your the week?
Good question. Our virtue of the week, appreciate you asking, is trust. We talked about how trusting the process, when a lot of people question things, got us to this point. And, right now, trusting the game plan, trusting what it means to be a trustworthy man, someone who does the things they say they're going to do, and what it means to be trustworthy to your teammates. Are you doing the things during the week so the guy next to you knows you're going to be in your gap? You're going to do your job. You're going to take care of your responsibility. Like I know, I thought it was a great word this week, and for me, it's easy for me because with the staff I have, as you just realized, I don't have to worry about our game plan this week. I don't have to worry about, is our defense going to be prepared? Is our offense doing the right things? Is the special teams going to be right? I know it is. And I want them to be able to trust each other the same way that we trust each other as a staff. I think it's vital.
Now, you do a YouTube series. Where can folks go to maybe watch that or get more information about what you're doing as far as the virtue?
So the virtue with our team, we just do within our team.
Okay.
So we don't really put that out there anywhere. To me, it's kind of one of those things that it's very personal when we do it in-house.
Yeah.
And something we did this year I thought was great is each week a different coach presents the virtue.
Okay.
And then we touch on it throughout the week. And on Thursday at FCA with our FCA character coach, H. Eads, we would do something on the virtue Thursday. And then at team meals, when we eat at churches on Friday nights, there's usually a message in line with that virtue as well. So they're getting it all week long, which is pretty neat.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Well, good luck this Friday, guys. We'll let you guys get out here and get back to focusing on Covington Catholic. It's a big game, regional championship. It's a rematch of the 2017 state championship game, and the Eagles need your support. Make that trip up there. Wear your orange, wear your navy, and cheer on Madison Southern as they go for a big win on the road at Covington Catholic. Guys, we've had a jam-packed show. We've went a little bit over time on the TV side, so thanks for hanging out with us. For all of us here at WBONTV.com, Samantha Burford, our producer, Austin Hanks, I'm Michael Watkins. Have a great rest of your week, and go Eagles.
Thank you, guys.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it. I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
So you guys